Welcome to the Knowledge Catalog. This is another video, and it's going to be talking about a topic under the biological sciences. Yeah. So if you are a teacher from the Philippines, or if you are even a student actually, and if you want to use this video as a video lesson, you are very much welcome to use it. And if you want to have a copy of this PowerPoint presentation, if you are a science teacher in the Philippines, you may contact me through my page facebook.com/knowledge catalog/ Yan. So I can give you a copy of this PowerPoint presentation if you may just want it. It is going to discuss things in the first learning competency of grade 9, and it is as follows: explaining how the respiratory and circulatory systems work together to transport nutrients, gases, and other molecules to and from the different parts of the body. If you have a copy of the learner's module, you may refer to Unit 1, Module 1, pages 11 to 12. So, 2 pages lang, pero yeah, it's quite the work. And so, let's begin. For this video, we are going to have the following tasks. The first part is an enrichment. Blood flow and gas exchange. That is our topic for this enrichment. And then the next one is a discussion. It is about blood flow and gas exchange. And then the last part is still a discussion about the human circulatory system. So let's begin. For the first part, enrichment. You may get your study notebook for this and then label it enrichment, blood flow, and gas exchange. Using this outline, yeah, you can actually call this an outline or a framework of the human body. Using this framework, you have to apply what you know about the circulation of blood throughout the body and how gas exchange is related to it. In the given framework of the human body, as shown, illustrate the blood flow and gas exchange in the respiratory and circulatory systems using diagrams and using arrows. You may color your work to show the distinction of oxygen and carbon dioxide carried in the blood. Pwede mong i-draw din itong framework, okay? Paki-draw na lang ito sa study notebook mo. Ayan. Activate your inner artist. And draw this framework on your study notebooks. So basically, what I'm asking of you in this enrichment is ipakita mo dito yung general flow ng blood, okay? And then i-connect mo rin dun sa pag pinakita mo general flow ng blood, yung pagta-transport ng oxygen, and then yung pagbabalik ng carbon dioxide. Ayan. So, you have there naman kasi in your, on your previous activity sheets that we actually did that. I showed you even a model or a diagram of just that, yung mismong circulation ng blood concerning oxygen and carbon dioxide. So, you may refer to that and then use that and simulate it with this enrichment activity. You may take as much time as you can because this is a recorded video lesson naman. So, pwede mong i-pause ito because I don't have any more addition for this part of the enrichment. Once you're done, you may continue watching this video. You may now pause it. Since you are playing it right now, I am assuming that you are done with the enrichment. Ayan, so let's continue. The enrichment is, pakita ko lang yung check mark. Okay, wait lang. Okay, ayan. So let's continue. The second part is a discussion about the blood flow and the gas exchange that happens. Yeah, and for this, if you remember this, this model, this diagram, I will be using this in explaining, in conducting this discussion. So first question, are you familiar with the function of the lungs by now? Now, are you familiar with the function of the heart? And based from your prior knowledge, anong pinagkaiba ng arteries at ng veins? Ayan. So, for this, you will need all of those pieces of knowledge, bits of information, para mas maintindihan ninyo itong discussion natin. I will be using my laser pointer. Ayan. So it's like easier to follow. So yeah, let's begin. So step 1 is that oxygen and all other gases actually that are in that mixture of air na inhale mo, okay, oxygen and all of those other gases are going to enter the lungs. The lungs now, through the alveoli, are going to switch oxygen going in and carbon dioxide going out. So yung oxygen ipapasok na niya sa body, and then yung namang carbon dioxide ilalabas na niya through exhalation. Now, say oxygen now enters the body. It will be the blood that carries that oxygen is going to be pumped towards the left side of the heart. And that oxygen-rich blood is being carried by the arteries away from the heart. Now, say it reaches a particular part of your body, it's going to be distributed by the capillaries, which are smaller blood vessels. And then, these capillaries are going to deliver the blood into those parts of the body that are in need of it. Okay, yung oxygen, it will be distributed to those parts of the body that are in need of it. And then those parts of the body, those cells from those parts of the body are going to switch carbon dioxide and other waste materials. Okay, so they're going to get oxygen and nutrients and minerals, and then they're going to give off waste materials, including carbon dioxide, to the capillaries and towards the veins. Now, the blood that flows through these veins is deoxygenated. Wala na siyang oxygen, meron na lang siyang carbon dioxide. And it's going to go towards the right part of the heart. And then, it's going to be pumped towards the lungs, and then the carbon dioxide that blood is carrying is going to be exhaled outside, and then in turn oxygen is going to be inserted again into the body, and then the process goes on. Ayun. So that is how blood flow and gas exchange is related. So I hope that you are familiar with that now. That ends our second task. Ang bilis, no? Okay, so kung nabibilisan kayo masyado sa discussion natin, you may always repeat this video. For now, we have to move to our last task, which is a discussion about the human circulatory system. Ano, sana all my heart na tumitibok-tibok, diba? Ayan. This heart is, yeah, I really love the way it is illustrated. Ayan. Kayo ba, guys? Have you ever touched the heart of someone? Figuratively, of course. Ayan. Kayo ba? Na-touch na ba yung hearts ninyo? Figuratively? Diba? Parang ano? Parang when you're totally touched by something, naantig ka, diba? There is this feeling in your chest. Sometimes it is very good kasi naantig ka in a positive way. And sometimes naman, sobrang nakakatakot. Nasaktan ka ng sobra. Ayan. So, meron ding sinking feeling sa heart. Yeah, pero nevertheless, okay, since you're alive, you will feel something in there. Though we know that emotions are indeed works of the brain, the heart is also, you know, playing a significant part in our lives. Okay, pwedeng siguro nakikisaw-saw lang ang heart sa emotions na ginagawa ng brain, perhaps. I don't know. Pero one thing we know is that it is the heart is surely a part of the cardiovascular system. It is the life support system of the body. Actually, all of the other organ systems naman are, you know, life support systems. It's just that meron lang talaga mga organs na vital. Kino-consider na vital because if they are going to be damaged, it will be leading to further dysfunction or even actually death. For the dysfunction of other organ systems, if not that, death. So, ganun sila ka-vital. The human circulatory system or the cardiovascular system, cardio from the heart, vascular from the vascular bundles, yung mga ugat-ugat, vascular systems natin, they deliver food and oxygen to the body, and then they are consequently taking away waste materials. So ganun yung ginagawa. So kanina, yung sa discussion natin regarding the blood flow and exchange of gases, yung food and oxygen, minerals, ayan, and then yung nutrients are being distributed, and then yung kinukuha naman, yung binabalik naman is going to be waste materials, pwede rin toxins actually, and then pati carbon dioxide. The cardiovascular system is acting like the superhighway that connects different parts of the body with each other. Meron na kayo sigurong or nakita nyo siguro yung Facebook post na yon, and napakasikat nun. That tells us that the reason why we are putting rings in our ring finger, it's because it has some kind of blood vessel that is directly connected to the heart. Perhaps that may have a scientific truth. Well, we are not closing the door for the possibility of that. Pero keep in mind that your blood vessels are indeed connected to your heart. Where else are they going to be connected? Am I making sense? Ay, hindi ako galit, okay? Pero just keep in mind that I know touching yun, pero it may not be the only blood vessel that is directly connected to the heart. Because if we are looking for a blood vessel that is directly connected to the heart, then we have to put rings in our actual hearts, because yun ang pinakatotoo talaga. So, well, I'm just babbling, pero I hope I made sense in that. Now, the parts of the human circulatory system are simple. Yan lang muna siya. Okay, the first one is heart, common. It is comprised of what kind of muscles? It is comprised of cardiac muscles. Siguro nakabasa na kayo ng trivia about it. Ang cardiac muscles are muscles that can still work despite being disconnected from from the rest of the body actually. So kahit na separate na yung heart from the rest of the body, it will still be beating for up until how many minutes ba, or a couple of seconds, I don't know, without support. I am not sure. Tsaka siguro dependent yun sa health ng heart. So aside from that, the heart is divided into the ventricles, and then the ventricles and the atria, right? Atrium, left atrium, and then ventricles. I know I sound like I'm not sure, pero this is just I'm just adding to this lesson. So atrium, and then ventricle, atrium, upper ventricle, downwards, tapos right atrium, right atrium, then left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. Ayan. So meron siyang ganung klaseng division into 4. Yung dalawa doon ventricles, yung dalawa doon atria. That's plural. And then the biggest blood vessel that is found sa heart is the biggest artery. The largest artery is the aorta, and then yung largest vein naman is the superior vena cava. And then the blood is it carries materials throughout the body. Meron tayong blood cells, remember them, the red blood cells, and then the white blood cells. Red blood cells are called, also known as erythrocytes, whereas white blood cells are usually called leukocytes. Platelets are also blood cells that are found sa blood. They are responsible for blood clotting, and if I'm not mistaken, they are also known as thrombocytes. And you also know that most part of the blood is water in the form of plasma. The solid parts niya is yung mga blood cells. And then the last part of the circulatory system or the cardiovascular system are the blood vessels. So the blood vessels are carrying blood throughout the body. Sila yung mga tunnels, okay, through which blood is going to pass through. Yan. So arteries, veins, and the capillaries are all blood vessels. This is the relative size of a capillary compared to a vein and compared to one artery. Maliit lang talaga yung capillaries. So we're done with the last part of the discussion about the human circulatory system. So, I hope that you learned something from this video and that I have supported your learning, especially my students in grade 9 this year. I hope that you also keep in mind that your teacher CJ is doing everything he can to prepare himself, and these video lessons are one of the things that I am preparing for the upcoming new normal education. So I hope that if you found this video useful, if you found this video okay, then please leave a like so that I will be more motivated to create more of this stuff next time. And if you have some comments about the facts that I have stated, clarifications or questions, you may constructively put your criticisms in the comment section, and I will be gladly responding to them and use them to make my future videos better. The Knowledge Catalog is a brand being developed by a teacher creator. I am a teacher creator, yeah, and then I am a high school teacher in the Philippines, and I love developing content I find useful and needed to better my instruction. If you heard the voice in the background, that means someone in the house is enjoying what they're watching. Okay. I hope that if you find my videos really good, you may leave a support, subscribe to this channel, and perhaps refer this to your friends. If you are a teacher, remember that I am opening myself up to sharing my content with you, sharing my resources with you. If you just find these to be useful, I'll be gladly sharing these with you. Have a good day.